Sdsu Sports Leader, it is the Mighty 1090. Let us say hello to Brian Dutcher, formerly the AHCHCIW. I only like to show that off because I work so hard at perfecting it. Now he's the head coach at Sdsu State. Sdsu State will have an exhibition game tomorrow, 7 o'clock on campus against UCSD. College basketball season, you already see it promoted. ESPN, Fox, they're already previewing the games, promoting the games that they have upcoming. Sdsu State season starts on November 10th, but never too early to start previewing the season here with our good friend Brian Dutcher, who we know celebrated a birthday not too long ago. Happy birthday, Coach Dutcher.
Thank you, Darren. I appreciate that. 58 years old, so I keep climbing the age ladder, but excited to coach my first game tomorrow.
We had Rocky Long on yesterday. I asked Rocky Long what he got you for your birthday. He said he didn't know it was your birthday. Are you insulted by that?
No. Rocky's trying to win football games. Usually at the end of the year, either he'll bring us some lunch in or we'll drop something off to them, and we have a great rapport with the football staff, and Rocky's got more important things than Coach Dutcher's birthday.
Now, just so I'm curious here, do you know when Rocky Long's birthday is?
No, I have no idea when Rocky Long's birthday is.
He wouldn't share that with us yesterday. He said it's none of our business and told us to move on to football questions.
That's spoken like a football coach.
Did the staff do anything for you? Did you guys have a little bit of cake?
Leanna, usually we have bagels. She'll bring bagels in, but she went with the smart choice. We had yogurt and fruit, little granola, so she's trying to feed me a little better. So I'm appreciative of her efforts and the staff's efforts to celebrate my birthday.
Did the team sing happy birthday for you at practice? Anything?
They all text me a happy birthday because it was our off day. We didn't practice that day, so I got a text from most of them, but no singing.
Okay. Did you get anything special for your birthday? Maybe some new outerwear? Anything special that you want to share with us?
I'm trying to think what I got. I got a pair of joggers, sweatpants. I got a pair of shorts and a pair of dress socks. That was the total of the gifts for my birthday.
Okay, that's what everybody has to look forward to here as you get a little bit older. For however old anybody is out there, as a 45-year-old, this is what I have to look forward to when I turn 58.
Yeah, and a good bottle of wine occasionally you get.
Nice. Okay. You're absolutely. You are singing my song. Brian Dutcher joining us on Sdsu Sports Leader, the Mighty 1090. How ready are you? The season, you got an exhibition coming up tomorrow. It doesn't count in the regular season, obviously, but your regular season starts. It's not too far away. We're into the month of November. How far away do you feel like you are? How ready are you for the season?
I think we're ready. I've really liked what I've seen in practice. We've been in pretty good health. The kids have gotten better, and we've had the closed-door scrimmage with USC, which I thought went well in getting us ready for the next step. And so I'm real pleased with where the team is right now. Now, obviously, every team has room to grow, and we're one of those many teams, but I like where we're at this point.
Yeah, the scrimmage against USC is an interesting one because you guys keep the details here very, very close to the chest, but it was reported that you guys scored almost 100 points here. And is that's accurate? Are we okay to talk about it, that you almost put up 100 points against USC?
Yeah, we scored 98 in a 40-minute scrimmage, so that's pretty good for us. We only turned the ball over 6 times. I think that's even more impressive to score 98 and only have 6 turnovers. So against a very good team. Now, people were playing different combinations, and USC's got a very good team. I think they came out ranked number 10 in the country in today's poll. So it was a good test for us. So we were pleased with the way we played together, shared the ball, and hopefully, if that's any indication, it should be a good year for the Aztecs.
Yeah, Coach, I'm not trying to be a smartass here, but there have been times where we've seen you guys, maybe 98 over 2 games. The way some of the style of games that you play, games against Wyoming or what have you. 98 points. I mean, was that a surprise to you to see that many go through the hoop?
USC plays pretty free-flowing. They're pretty attacking, too. So it was an up-and-down affair and aggressive offensively. A lot of times, Darren, our defense is so good that teams don't shoot the ball much before 30 seconds, and just because of our defense, the game slows down. But USC attacked us hard. They had some good looks that didn't go in. Obviously, we had some looks that did go in. We shot the ball well from 3, and so the nature of that game led to the score. So I'm not – we may play tomorrow against UCSD, and they may run a ton of shot clock, slow the game down, and it'll be a byproduct of the way they play that will slow the score down. So it depends on the game, who you're playing against, and what pace they want to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think to have an early season game like this, even an exhibition game or a scrimmage game like this, and see your team be able to go up and down and play at a different style than what people are used to is probably a pretty good sign. Brian Dutcher joining us on San Diego Sports, leader of the Mighty 1090. Just the intensity. I only have like one or two more questions about the USC game, and then I'll move forward.
Okay.
But was the intensity, I mean, was it, it's hard to replicate what it is during the regular season, especially as you get into the new year here, but the intensity about what you would have expected?
Yeah, it was good. Two teams went hard against each other. Both teams have been practicing over a month, and so it was good to see someone else. So I think it was a relief for both teams to go against different competition other than themselves. I thought we were very businesslike. We weren't. It was a scrimmage. We weren't overly emotional and hyped up. We just went about our business, and that's what you want to see as a coach. Because when you play like that, you kind of can say we might see that every game, where we're going about our business. We're not emotionally high or low, that we're just businesslike. And I thought we were very businesslike.
Who was your starting five? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, we went with the three guards in this scrimmage. We went with Jeremy Hemsley, Devin Watson, and Trey Kell. And then we went with Cam Rooks as our center and Malik Pope as our power forward. And so I was happy with that combination, although we played all 10 players, and all 10 were deserving of playing. They've been very good in practice, and they all look very good in the scrimmage.
People are fixated with who starts these basketball games. I've always said I'm more interested in who finishes these games, who's out there when you really, really need it. But would you anticipate you liked what you saw from these five here? You might see it again out there tomorrow night.
Yeah, I might. I haven't decided. I might flip one starter just to get another look at a different combination. And like I said, I think all their minutes will be about what they were in the first scrimmage, but it may be a different rotation based on who I start. So, it's something I'm still debating. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how practice goes today, and I'll talk to the team and try to find the best rotation for us moving forward.
By the way, am I off on this? I mean, does starting – I mean, I know it matters to the players. Everybody wants to be introduced, right? Everybody wants to be out there. But from where you sit as a coach here, is the whole starting thing a little bit overrated?
Absolutely overrated, but it's one of the most important things we have to decide because from a psychological standpoint, you have to see what kid can handle not starting. And you would think they all could if it's for the good of the team, but some of them are wired where they feel they have to have their name announced, and you have to kind of measure – is this guy not going to give me the same performance if I bring him off the bench as opposed to starting? But in the end, Darren, you spoke like a coach. It's who's in at the end of the game that's most important. And most of these basketball games are going to go to the last 5 minutes, and so the starters probably aren't going to be as relevant as who's in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Brian Dutcher is joining us on San Diego Sports, leader of the Mighty 1090. UCSD tomorrow. This one will be at 7 o'clock. It is an exhibition game. People can go. People can attend. Regular season starting on November 10th against San Diego Christian. Back to the 98 points. Just last year, and you guys, we've watched you win a ton of games in conference championships on defense, mostly. That's the personality of your squad. And last year, very good defensively, 15th in the nation, allowing just over 62 per game. But Dutch, 285th in scoring last year, 68.5 points per game. How much of a priority for you? And again, the 98, a really, really good sign early on, though nobody really saw it. It was behind closed doors. But how much a priority to, maybe not go up to the top 15 like you are defensively. How can you increase the scoring here without sacrificing what you guys have built defensively?
It's interesting, Darren, in the fact where you would think if we press more, we'd score more. But we're pressing less right now, and we're scoring a little more. And so sometimes the press, unless you create a steal, slows the game down because it takes 8-9 seconds to get it across midcourt. Then they have to get it back to their point guard, and then they're starting offense at 15 seconds. And so all of a sudden you're guarding 30 seconds every possession. So we have to decide if our press is slowing the game down or if it's creating a tempo of turnovers where we can speed it up. So sometimes the defense does affect your offense. And then, like I said, you're going to score more when you don't turn it over. And with only 6 turnovers, you're getting more shots up. You're giving yourself more opportunity to get offensive rebounds if you do miss them. So limiting the turnovers was important. And that's the biggest stat I guess I'm surprised with is that we scored the way we did and we took care of the ball well. So hopefully that will continue. I'm hoping beyond hope that it does, but I just know that, usually a 10 or 12 turnover game is a pretty good one.
Yeah, very good as well. But scoring, increasing the scoring, though, that's fair to say that obviously you want to be better than 285th in the country.
Well, Darren, I think that is an obvious statement,
Okay.
and I will say yes. We want to be better than 281st. We'd like to be a top 100 scoring team. We play with pace. We're not trying to slow the game down and run a Princeton offense where we're moving it multiple times. We want to take the first good look we get, and we want to share the ball in doing it. And we don't want to play selfish. We want to hit the open man, and so hopefully all that will be a byproduct of us scoring more points.
You've named a couple of captains here. Can you tell us what goes into that process?
I think it's best if your captains are your seniors. They've been in the program the longest. They know what's expected. They've been through it, and so I named Trey Kell and Malik Pope as captains. I'm not opposed to adding another one to that mix based on what they've shown in practice and if they deserve that honor. So right now I've got two captains. I've been real pleased with the job they've done, both setting example by how they play and verbally they're getting much better.
And what else do you expect out of them besides verbally, by example? Do you meet with the captains on a regular basis, take the temperature of the team?
I haven't at this point. Not to say I won't if I sense that we're not going in the right direction or if there's been a slip in practice or something like that. I'll talk to the captains. And the coach is always – the saying is a player-driven team is always better than a coach-driven team. So if I feel like we're slipping from their standpoint, I've got to demand more from them, and it starts with the captain. So a player-driven team is what I'd like to have, and those two guys will set the example for that.
What did you think about the dreaded media and the way the media predicts the regular season for the Mountain West Conference?
I thought it was good we were picked second. It's a little different than we've been, the hunter instead of the hunted. But I made the comment at Media Day, if there's a red out, yellow out, blue out, green out, or black out, it will be against the Aztecs. We're still the gold. I still feel we're the gold standard for the league, and people will schedule us accordingly. And, you travel this league, Darren, and you look at games on TV, and you'll see a Boise might be a good crowd but not a sellout. We go in there, it's a sellout. Wyoming, sellout. Nevada, their biggest crowd of the year. So when the Aztecs travel, we go against the best, and that's because we've won the number of conference titles we have. Everybody aspires to do what we've done, and so we get everyone's best effort, and I think that's a great thing. I think it's a great thing that we command that kind of respect around our conference.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I was thinking about this with regards to Nick Saban. So the college football playoff rankings come out last night, and oh my gosh, Alabama, which has played in back-to-back championship games, it's number 2 behind Georgia. And I'm like, gosh, Saban must love that. And I was thinking the same thing for you. You must love it. I mean, you probably feel pretty good about your team. Who knows the way the season will unfold? It's a long season. But you must love it. It gives you a little something that you can fire up the troops with. You can put a little fuel out there for them, and make them realize or put a little chip on their shoulder if you can. Manufacture that stuff.
Yeah, I think the chip was created last year, Darren, when we finished in 6th place. I think that's the number they can't get out of their heads, and that's a good thing. I want them to use that as motivation that it was a big drop for us, and we've got too good of players, too good of people for that to happen. And I think that's been the motivation that got them all better over the summer, that they all put the work in so it wouldn't happen again. And so being picked second might be the cherry on the sundae to say, hey, listen, we got to get better. We got to be the hunter instead of the hunted, and let's do it. And I think the kids have responded to that.
There's another exhibition game in town. It's Arizona State USD. I believe that is tonight at the Jenny Craig. You're playing both of these teams. You got somebody out there scouting it?
You can't scout anymore, Darren, so we will get a copy of the tape on that game and get a chance to see both teams. But what a great exhibition for them to play, to see where they're at as they move forward into their seasons. And we look forward to seeing them both. Both games will be very good games. Obviously, playing at USD is never easy, and then Arizona State playing a Pac-12 team on the road will be difficult. So the fact we're playing them both on the road will make it an extreme challenge.
What do you mean you can't scout anymore? You're telling me that you or somebody on your coaching staff, if you weren't watching the World Series, you couldn't go and buy a ticket and go watch this game?
No, there's no more in-person scouting in college basketball. And that's an okay thing because everything is on film. Once the season starts, we'll have every game a team plays off tape. So there used to be a day, Darren, where there weren't televised games, only one a week, and there'd be no tape of any games. And so you had to go scout in order to see what the other team did. But that's been 10, 12 years or longer where scouting has not been allowed. I should say way longer, at least 20 years you haven't been able to scout.
Wow. I'm surprised NCAA would not let you guys go there, pay a ticket for a charity event to go watch two teams that you're going to face. I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
No, can't do it. And I actually coached in the day where you could scout. When I was at Michigan, I used to go travel to Wisconsin and watch the Badgers play before we play them, or I'd travel to Indiana, watch the Hoosiers. That'd be the only look you had at teams. So there was scouting back in my Michigan days, but not since I've been here.
You're going to let the players dance before the start of the game tomorrow? You're going to be as loose as Coach Fisher was with that?
You know what? I like a good dance, but we were talking today as a staff. I don't know if we have any dancers in the starting lineup.
Say what?
I don't know if anybody will dance. So dancing will be allowed if they want to do it, but if they don't, they got to be true to who they are. So I'm sure the crowd will be inspired either way.
You're telling me that Pope can't dance?
Oh, Pope can dance. Whether he will or not, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, what's that all about?
I don't know. I can't remember if he danced last year. I think Dakari danced a little bit. You know, I've got guys on the team that if we want dancing, I've got dancers on the team. I could probably start a lineup of just dancers so we could get the introduction better, but I'm not sure who will dance and who won't dance.
This is your first impression tomorrow night. You got to entertain the people.
Well, I won't be dancing, Darren. If they're waiting for me to dance, there'll be no dance by the head coach.
Dutch, always our pleasure. Belated happy birthday again. We talked about it a little bit yesterday with Rocky. Thank you very much. I'm sure people will be out there tomorrow night. Who you got real quick? Game 7 tonight. Dodgers, Astros.
I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going with the Dodgers, even though I have no real vested rooting interest. I just wanted it to go 7 games. It's been a great series, as entertaining as I can remember, and I will be watching tonight.
Dutch, we appreciate it. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Darren.